Hey guys, so I wanted to talk to you about breakfast smoothies today. I realize I post a lot of pictures of my own morning smoothies, and it's one of the first things I changed when I really wanted to take my health more seriously a few years back. And one of the tips that I tell all of my clients, the first thing I say is, what are you having for breakfast and how can we improve that? Smoothie is just a really great way to get greens in the morning that you would normally not get, to get some healthy fats, to get protein, and to get some antioxidants from fruits like berries and lemons. So the biggest obstacle that my clients usually run into, or I have myself, is the time factor. So in order to make smoothies more convenient, I wanted to show you one of my favorite things to do at the top of the week. Let me show you what we do. So instead of having to pull everything out every morning, basically I'm gonna make one baggie per day. So I've got my greens over here. This is a Power Greens blend. I'm gonna take one big handful, just so you can see it. Start with that, kind of just jam that into this bag. I'm actually gonna get a little more. So with a smoothie, greens, especially something like spinach, they're so mild. You might think like, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that in the morning. Trust me, with everything else you put in, you're not even gonna taste it. Next up is celery. Celery is a great diuretic, so it's actually great to have in your smoothie if you had too much sugar the night before, you're feeling bloated. Celery is a great ingredient. I've got one stalk of celery here. I'm just gonna cut that in 4 and half the stalk in each bag. So you can see if you do a few bags at once, you really save time. Next up is lemon. Lemon is an essential ingredient in your smoothies. All I'm gonna do is peel the skin right off. And I try not to take too much of the white part off because you do get a lot of the good vitamins in the skin. Really important to buy organic lemons. They are heavily sprayed with pesticides, so the last thing you want to be doing, the same goes with greens, is blending up a lot of pesticides into your smoothie every morning. All right, so I've got my 2 lemon halves. I don't even need to cut it up further because the blender is going to do the rest of the work, so I put 1 in each bag. I've also been doing lime recently a lot. It just adds another element of flavor, and it's also low sugar. So if you like tart smoothies, feel free to go for the lime as well. This is optional. Really, I want you guys to make it your own. I just happen to be on a lime kick. I like to do lime and then coconut milk and shredded coconut on top. So it's kind of that is it mojito or pina colada? Yeah, you got the idea. Kind of tropical taste. All right, so I did the same thing with my limes. Roughly peeled them with my knife. I'm putting 1/2 in each. Finally, for fruit, I have some small bananas here. So this is a pretty small banana. I'm gonna do half in each bag. So banana is, higher sugar fruit. So you wanna just moderate consumption. There's a lot of health benefits, high potassium and very hydrating, they are very good for you. But if you're watching your sugar, definitely this is optional. So I got half a banana. Again, it's really not that much quantity. You don't want to overdo it. Okay, so we've got our greens, our lemon, lime, and banana. Next up is you always want to have some kind of healthy fat. So I've got nuts here. Walnuts and Brazil nuts are both awesome for you. So this is probably a handful of 10 or 12 nuts. I'm going to divide it up. So I've got half in this bag, half in this bag. So it's about, 6 walnuts. And then with Brazil nuts, I'm putting 2 or 3 in each bag. Every nut is going to give you different benefits, so it's good to have a varied supply of nuts on hand. You don't want to do the same nut every single day because you can also develop a sensitivity to nuts if you have the same one in too much quantity. All right, so these are our bags, and this is ready to go in our fridge. So if this were time to make a smoothie, I'd pull one bag out, then add it to my blender with my liquid, either water, a little coconut water, or I like using a little almond milk or coconut milk. So I'm gonna add that with coconut milk, and then the final thing I do is go for my powders. So you'll see my basket here. My biggest tip for anything else you wanna add to your smoothies, keep it out on your counter, get a pretty basket, something that you enjoy looking at. Because if you wake up and you see your other ingredients waiting for you, it's gonna be a lot more inviting than if you've got like, you know, your protein powder in one cabinet, your spirulina or chia seeds in another cabinet. You want to make it super convenient. So here I've got a protein powder. This is a fermented vegan protein. I really like plant protein. It's easier to digest, so I use a pea protein or a hemp protein blend. So you would just add 1 scoop into your blender with the ingredients from your bag. I like adding superfoods as well. So again, this is optional. You can keep your smoothie really simple, or eventually you can step it up. So the 3 things I've been doing recently in every smoothie is spirulina powder. Spirulina is incredibly nutrient dense. It's a plant algae. I have to be honest, I've been doing spirulina for the last like 2 weeks. I feel like I notice a difference in my skin and my energy. I've always heard that it's really good for skin, and I really feel like I'm experiencing that myself. So I take just a teaspoon of spirulina. Maki powder has the highest level of antioxidants of any Amazon superfruit. So this is a dense, wild berry powder. Put a little bit of this, and then camu powder. I know these like crazy sounding ingredients. This is also a superfood that's really high in vitamin C. So I think it's something like the same amount of vitamin C as like 10 oranges, or don't quote me on that. It's something high. So yeah, I've been adding a little bit of each of these, and after I blend it up, then I've got my chia seeds here. I'll put a tablespoon, stir it in, and drink it down. You can also take your smoothie to go if you have like a NutriBullet or one of those hand blenders that you can just switch the lid and take it. That makes it even easier. So again, get creative. Do whatever ingredients feel right to you. You can check out Color Me Complete for recipe ideas. And good luck. Give a try to the smoothie bags and let me know if it helps you guys. All right, see you soon.